For Reaper Metal Productions, I am Adam of Unbaptized Records here to make a brand new video for you. Today I'm going to go over the songs I'm listening to in my car, but this is a little bit of a different version. So most times when I'm showing you albums that I have, it's stuff I've listened to at least a few times before. Sometimes it's once and then it was years ago and since I've listened to it, so I don't 100% remember and I'm just going off of memory. And then sometimes I've listened to it so many times that I could basically hear it in my sleep and recognize it. So it's easy to describe. This is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be a pile of specifically 100% J-Dog recommendations. And I believe actually 4 of the 5 of these, how I got them was, this was an offering that J-Dog gave at one point. I think this is the time where I specifically create stickers for the channel. And instead of asking for money because he was going to pay me for it, it's not like I gave him the stickers and then asked him for the money. That would have been really stupid. He offered to pay for them, and I said, hey, instead of giving me the money, why not just send me some music from HH that you think I might like based on, I gave him, XYZ bands. I said, hey, send me stuff that's similar to this that you think I might want to check out. So it worked out for both of us. So instead of me getting the money and just turning around spending at Hell's, instead of sending me the whatever it was, $60, $70, instead, if I'm already going to spend it there, don't even bother giving me the money, and that saves them because, free channel stickers, so it's no real benefit to him. And then it's going to maybe cost $20, $30 instead of $60 because it's based on HH merch. So however much money this costs them to put out in trade or putting out themselves, it was a good deal. I think at one point he even said, maybe someone setting a paid ski or something, the idea of sending him $100 and saying, hey, just send me whatever, $100 plus postage, whatever equals out to $100, and if I end up getting doubles, it happens, which it is what it is, and if I did, I'd just give him away or trade him or something, so it's no big deal. But I thought that was a cool idea. Definitely something that I've done a few times before, like buying blind bags. I know Reaper did some where it was like, $15 for 3 CDs, or I think Tommy Redefining Darkness did so recently where it was, here's a pack of death metal albums or thrash albums or heavy metal albums. It's going to be $25. You get 3 CDs, 4 CDs or whatever. And I definitely did that. A little less of a blind bag. It was actually music I did know, or I at least got to see what it was before I bought it, but I didn't really know the music. And I did that with Razorback Records, so that's something I could definitely show off. I showed off a few of the CDs here and there, but there was a lot of Razorback Records. I think it might have been a deal where I got 20 CDs for $50. I saw that on Billy's Instagram, and I think he might still be doing that. I wouldn't say 100% sure, but I know he's no longer doing his label, so Razorback Records, but he does still have a bunch of his distro. So if you do follow him on Instagram or you follow him on Bandcamp or anything like that, or just reach out, if you find his email, I think he might still be doing that deal, and that's a cool way to check out a bunch of records, because Razorback is a label, of course, since they're not really around, people don't talk about them too much, but definitely part of like the House extended family. I think there was even an interview that he did on Heavy Metal Relics. Maybe it was either Reaper who did it or it was Bridget, I don't remember, but Billy is definitely on this channel somewhere, or maybe on the old Hell's channel, but he definitely did at least one interview on Heavy Metal Relics back in the day. So that's definitely a label that people should check out. Again, it's all the distro stuff at this point because there's nothing new coming out. But that was an example of basically a blind buy, essentially. So this is almost all stuff that was recommended specifically by Justin. I'm going to do my best to describe it because for the most part, I haven't even listened to these CDs yet. That's why some of them are actually still sealed. But a little bit I know about it, I can give my recommendation. This is where I'm heavily pulling in on you guys in the freaking audience. In the comments section, let me know what you think ahead of time. Let me know if J-Dog sent me some junk, or if it's something that you think I'm actually going to enjoy, or you've listened to, and just let me know what your opinion is. But first one here, I actually did check out. So this is the only one that J-Dog didn't send me. I specifically picked this up because I had heard about it so many times, and I am going to listen to it. I think I maybe listened to a few songs and then got distracted with something else, but this is Desecration, Gore and Perversion. I forget if this is their first or second album, but it's cool because it has the 13 songs and a few bonus tracks, so it looks like it has 4 bonus tracks taken from Mangled Remains. I always love that if it's a band that I haven't listened to but I've heard of, and especially if it's like a late 80s or early 90s band and it has some songs from a previous release. I always love that because then I'm really getting my bang for my buck. Not only can I listen to the full length, but I can listen to if there's some demos or rehearsals or maybe a bonus EP. I love when like I know some of the German bands did that, and I think I know it's a pretty famous release. Sepultura did that too. It's like the first album also eventually came as a bundle. First album, first EP. I know Destructor came. I think I have that too. First album, first EP. I think Sodom as well. So In the Sign of Evil, and first album. I can't think of it. I just mentioned it in the previous video because the Fulci album looked like it too. But stuff like that. I always love those releases. Or if it's like a double CD and it's just got everything the band did because they're an older band and they didn't release much, that's always good too. So I'm excited to listen to the rest of this. I thought it was pretty decent so far, and for the little bit I listened to it, probably wouldn't pick up much of their later stuff, but a lot of the bands tend to kind of suck as they go on anyway, so it's not really a surprise. So I might be good with just the first few albums, maybe some of the demos or whatever, but again, it was cool to know that on this there's a few extra songs. Next is another band that, similar to I mentioned Sacred Reich in the previous video, this is a band that also got the Horville brothers into metal, and the only reason I keep bringing them up is because, again, I'm on Reaper Metal's channel, so it kind of makes sense that I'm going to bring up the Horville brothers and bring up Hell's Headbangers and bring up just the whole scene, whether it's Redefining Darkness and Seeing Red, or I mentioned Razorback, because that's my major influence. That's what I've been consuming for the last 6 years. I've been watching I watched every Hell's Headbangers related thing. So whether it was all the Hellcast episodes, Heavy Metal Relics, Justin's channel every single day, I watch reruns of it. That's just what I enjoy. So that's my frame of reference. I don't know too many other YouTube channels, and there aren't that many that post regularly. So I can reference them when they come up, and I can mention them. So like Melanie Loves Death Metal, I watch her channel pretty regularly. So if there's something she mentioned, like today I watched one of her videos and I commented because she talked about a lot of brutal death, and I said, hey, did you pre-order that Caustic Phlegm? Because that is absolutely phenomenal. Pre-ordered that. I'm so excited for that. I put the pre-order for the LP, and maybe later I'll get the CD as well. But yeah, that 7-inch was great. There's only one song missing from it, unfortunately, but that full length is going to be awesome. I listened to the first song they put out. Hell's Headbangers site put it out, so yeah, can't wait for that. Sorry for a little tangent there, but that's something I'm really excited for. And also, Spider, if you haven't picked up that 7-inch split they did, I mentioned it in the previous video as well. Go pick that up. It's awesome. But it's the band Altar. So I know Justin's talked about Youth Against Christ. I believe this is a comp, so it's called And God Created Satan to Blame for His Mistakes. It's either a comp or it's an EP. It's got 4 songs, but then 5 through 10 are all live, so live in '93. So I know Youth Against Christ was a huge album for the brothers, so it makes sense that he sent this to me. It was cool they had this in the distro. Looks like it's a Vic Records release, but Altar is cool. I actually have listened to this. It's open. This is awesome. So don't know Altar, check them out. Next is an HH band Justin's mentioned before. I know he was a big fan of it. This was definitely a release he put out, and I believe this band is from France, but it's Skelethal. This is a death metal band. This one I did listen to a few songs, but it was so long ago I honestly don't remember it. Unveiling the Threshold is the album. So I was excited when he sent this to me because I do remember him mentioning this on the channel, mentioning this was a release that he specifically wanted to have out. So honestly, on my way home today, I'll probably listen to this. This is probably going to be the number 1 on the stack. And then number 2 and 3 are going to be the next 2 that I show. So this one on the whole stack is one that isn't even open. But this is a band called the Necrodrunks with the album Absolute Filth. See here, it's shiny, it's brand new, hasn't even been opened yet. I believe this is someone who is in the band. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Necrodrunks is also the guy from Cemetery Lust. I do own all the Cemetery Lust albums. Those are fantastic. Those are amazing. So if it's anything like that, definitely worth picking up. This says it's warning, not for amateur jackers. I'm guessing that means like, yeah, not for amateur jackers. So that's really funny. And the album art is just a toilet spewing with a bunch of dead people. So it is absolute filth. That's exactly what it looks like. So Necrodrunks. Again, I will let you know at some point if I like it. Maybe I'll do a review of it. I don't know. But if it's anything like Cemetery Lust, I'm pretty sure that's the album. I love Cemetery Lust. I have all the albums by them on CD. I think maybe even a split or something. But it's absolutely awesome. So I could definitely see why he sent that to me. And then last but not least is a band called Sadistic Drive with the album Anthropophagy. I have honestly no idea anything about it, but just looking at it, it looks like brutal death metal. I mean, with that logo, with the album art, the fact that it's on, I can't even read what this says for the record labels, but yeah, I mean, Acid Vomit, songs like Acid Vomit, Body Part Puzzle, Lust for Scum. I mean, that sounds like Gore Rotted or something, which if it's anything like Gore Rotted, I absolutely love it. So this is going to be next on my list. So, got no idea what this is. This is the only one on this list, or this stack of CDs here. I truly have no idea what it sounds like. I haven't even attempted to listen to it. But just judging by the cover and the band and everything, I mean, Impetigo, it's giving me Impetigo vibes. I mean, with the people on the stakes there, it's kind of what it reminds me of. So I'm guessing it's probably in that realm. Can't imagine it's gonna sound like Iron Maiden or something. It'd be really funny if it did. If it's like Iron Maiden music with Popeye vocals from Immortal or something. I mean, that would really throw me off, and I'd be honestly pretty surprised. But most likely, judging cover, it's probably going to be some brutal death. So let me know what you thought in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.